Hello, my dear students. Welcome to another English class. How are you today? Are you healthy? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope so. Are you ready for our English class? I hope so. My dear students, there are different kind of work. Some work are creative and some work are conventional. To begin our class, let us watch a video. Please observe it carefully. My dear students, I hope you liked the video. Now, could you guess what would be our topic today? Unit 7. Different people, different occupations. Lesson 2. The Armor Divers. From today's lesson, let us learn some new words. Rare, not occurring very often. At the beginning, pearls were very rare. Descent, move or fall downwards. The aircraft began to descend. Hazardous, risky, dangerous. We work in hazardous condition. Rely, depend on with full trust. Children rely on their parents. Now, let us learn some synonyms. Rare, infrequent, occasional, golden, few and far between. Descent, go down, come down, drop, fall, dive. Hazardous, dangerous, risky, unsafe, insecure, uncertain. Rely, depend, trust, believe in, take for granted. From today's lesson, we will come to know first pearl was discovered from oyster. Armor divers collect pearl oysters from the bottom of the ocean, lake, or river. They use special techniques and experiences to collect pearl oysters. Let us read the text and try to understand. Before the beginning of the 20th century, pearls were obtained from pearl oysters. These oysters are collected from the bottom of the ocean, lake, or river. First pearl was discovered from pearl oyster before the 20th century. Oysters are found in the ocean, lake, or river. To get enough pearl oyster, free divers were often forced to descend to the depth of more than 100 feet in one breath. Because of the difficulty of diving, pearls at that time were of different quality as well as very rare. To collect pearl oysters, free divers go down very deep. It is a difficult job. That's why at that time it was very rare and too expensive. In Asia, some pearl oysters could be found on shoals at a depth of 5 to 7 feet from the surface. At times, the divers had to go 40 feet or even up to 125 feet deep to find enough pearl oysters. These deep dives were extremely hazardous to the divers. To collect pearl oyster, sometimes they go to 125 deep and take a risk. But in Asia, sometimes we get within 5 to 7 feet from the surface. In some fishing villages along the coast of Japan, there are an amazing group of women known as ama divers. These women worked and are still working as ama. The word ama means women of the sea or sea women. They are independent divers. They make their living by diving. They can dive to the depth of the sea up to 25 meters, and they dive without using oxygen tanks or other breathing equipment. Ama divers are from Japan. They are known as sea women. They are independent divers. They can dive up to 25 meters without using any equipment. The ama divers rely on their own skills and breathing techniques. They use that skill and technique to push themselves down to the bottom of the sea and back to the surface again. They can hold their breath up to 2 minutes. Careful watching, lung capacity, and hunter instincts are the special qualities of ama divers. They use special techniques to go down and to come back. They can hold their breath up to 2 minutes. They have a special lung capacity. However, some of these young villagers are going to the city for other jobs. The remaining ama divers are now aged between 50 to 60. But there are still some who continue to dive even at their 70s. If the young people do not take up ama diving, soon this profession will die out. Now, younger generation is not interested in this job. The remaining are aged. Soon this profession may die out. Synopsis. First pearl was discovered from a pearl oyster. To get pearl oysters, the ama divers go to the bottom of the ocean, lake, or river. It is a risky work. They use special techniques and experiences to go deep and to come back again. Nowadays, younger generation is not interested in this job. Let us do an exercise. Answer to the following questions. Number 1. What is the text about? Number 2. Where did the people get the pearls from? Answer to the questions. Number 1. The text is about ama divers who collect pearl oysters from the ocean, lake, or river for their living. Number 2. People get the pearls from pearl oysters. Homework. Please turn to page 81. Answer to the questions number 1, 2, 3, and 4.